Hey man, you wanna watch a movie? Okay, sure, but what's the movie about? Or what movie should we watch? Well, I should think that we should watch a movie about a billionaire who is pretty good at what he does, reveal his secret identity to the world. And, he has this certain device that he uses that keeps him alive, but turns out is also killing him. And he ends up at this weird expo, but then all of a sudden, he's some weird guy who doesn't like him, and their fathers work together, and this guy, his father died, even though the different guy got the popularity and not his father, so that's why he's so angry at him. And then he meets him at some IndyCar race in like some Grand Prix, and then all of a sudden, yo bro, where's this going? Hold on, I'm not finished. Damn, okay, continue. Yeah, anyways, so then after the Grand Prix, the guy's arrested, and somehow he made the certain device that some guy made, and then afterwards, he goes ahead and is hired by the arch nemesis, or the bad guy, a somewhat bad guy of the movie, and all of a sudden, the guy fights his friend who was in the Air Force in this really cool battle scene, and then they somehow find out to
A few moments later.
And then some time later, he makes a new element which allows him to stay alive without a certain other element killing him. So then he makes a new suit called the Mark 6 instead of the 5 and the 4 before. And aren't you just explaining the plot of Iron Man 2? Yeah, how'd you know? Maybe certain words like arc reactor, Mark 6. Darn, I know those would be dead giveaways. Is that the Mark 6? On to the toy review. Bro, seriously, what are we gonna do about the huge Iron Man in our living room? What is up, everybody? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. It is your boy Joe, and today we'll be taking a look at the s.h.Figuarts Iron Man Mark 6. When it comes to Iron Man, Mark 6 has gotta be one of my favorites, even though previously I did say that Mark 7 was one of my favorites. When it comes to practicality and overall looks, it's a Mark 6. But when it comes to effectiveness in combat or whatever, that's gotta be Mark 7. But, beside that, taking a look at the box here, it looks great. We have a picture of the figure. Not, what I'm accustomed to in s.h.Figuarts, the clear, there's no window. It's just kind of odd. Taking a look at the side of the box here, lifting up the camera. You take a look at the side of the box, there's a picture of the figure, looking cool. There's the back of the box showing different images of said figure. Here's it looks like he's throwing something, maybe just put a ball in his hands or something. Then there's a picture of him kneeling down, shooting his repulsors, and there's him just flying. And then let's go ahead and see this cool red type of picture of the drawing. Not much at the top, not much at the bottom. Let's go ahead and take a look at what's inside the box. Here is the figure out of its packaging, and overall, when it comes to this figure's looks, it looks amazing. I have him here in this repulsor hand thing. It looks pretty cool from what I could see. Beautiful detailing. Really accurate to the movies. Really loving this red. Part of me can't tell if it's like a hot rod red or originally that's what it is, but it also kind of looks like it gives off hints of maroon, kind of like Maroon 5, the band. Yeah, one of my favorites. Then there's the back design. Really love the back design. It just really looks good. The gold, the silver, and getting to the feet here, it's actually die-cast metal. If I use Jobby the Hong's cold touch technique, if you feel the feet here, it's actually die-cast metal, which kind of has a little bit of a downside to that. I don't know if you could see that. There you go. There's a little bit of a paint chippage, which is not fun, unfortunately. It's there though, but hey, what are you gonna do? Even though I think Bandai should have used maybe plastic feet. You don't need metal feet all the time, but it brings some heft to the figure. But let's go ahead and move on to this figure's accessories. Now, when it comes to this figure's accessories, he has quite a lot. Starting off with his more closer accessories, we have this blast effect. If I can zoom in the camera a little bit more. We have this cool looking blast off effect. that attaches to one of the hands. I'll show that off. Here, let me just show one of the hands right here. The hands come with a peg. Let me see. Yes, you can see the hand comes with a peg. You gotta plug that in right here. And it looks like he's shooting his repulsor. And the difference between him doing his repulsor and blasting off is that this did come with a secondary one, which puts in here. And it looks like he's shooting his repulsor instead of instead of blasting off his repulsor instead of shooting it. And so on. And there's the bigger blast, which is actually intended for his feet, which, if I get the figure here, I can go ahead and plug that in, and there, yeah, we have a pretty good look. But yeah, that's really all the blast effects, mirrored to the other side, of course. And there's these little pieces right here that I'll get into later. I'll get into those later. But actually, I'll just get to those now. Long story short, it's what goes into here. So, quick little transformation. You just go ahead and take off this piece right here. All right, really nice detailing at these little details. Assume this supposed to be little rockets that shoot out. And go ahead and grab this piece. I assume it's for the same leg. If not, then it is what it is. Boom, and it looks like it lifted up so you can shoot it out. And that's a pretty cool detail that I really like about s.h.Figuarts. They like to include these little special little details that they didn't really have to, but they did. And moving on to the next accessory, we have the what's called revealed shoulder blades, something similar to that of Mark 7, which I might review next. Who knows? It could be a Godzilla. We go ahead and go to this one. All right. Go ahead and remove that, revealing some nice details on the inside. And then we go ahead and take this new one right here, the one that's included. You go ahead and pop that in. And now it looks like he has either some things similar to race cars that slows him down, or it's like something to thrust him, but it's probably the first one since he didn't have extra thrusters since the second. Actually, no, still the first Avengers with the Mark 7. Moving this piece off here is actually pretty easy to take off and pretty easy to put back in. That's okay. Take that off right there. But overall, that is all the accessories except for the hands. Starting off with this figure's fisted hands. And fun fact, before I move on to any other hands, this figure actually has removable hand cover, which reveals these little peg holes, which is actually for this one, so you can interchange that between hands. So this is gonna be a little bit hard to do, but I got this. I'll make it look better in editing. Anyways, starting off with his fisted hands, his open hands, his saluting hands. I mean, his chopping or maybe hitting the robot hand. I honestly don't know what purpose these hands serve. Maybe it's for him blasting down really fast. But other than that, yeah, I have no idea what purpose these hands serve. And finally, we have his repulsor shooting hands. And they look great with both repulsors. And that was it for this figure's accessories. But what's a good action figure without its range of pose ability? Starting with the figure's head, he can look up that far with, he can look really well. There's a huge gap there, but I think that's just due to the fact that there is if I get the light correct to focus. There you go. Let me zoom in. There you go. There is a dumbbell joint, allowing the figure to look great, at least up and at an angle, so it doesn't have this huge gap. But he can look down pretty far. Full ball, ball joint is all around. You actually got some head tilting, head pivot, one would say. Arm goes out that far. Maybe if you move, actually no, that's it. But there is a hinge at the shoulder pad, which I have to say is a pretty smart decision compared to the likes of Marvel Legends. When it comes to its Mark 7, it's on a single piece, and I really don't like that. It snapped off for mine, almost snapped off at least. Anyways, continue. Arm goes all around. It's connected with a ball joint. There is a somewhat of a butterfly joint in there, or that's just the. Oh wow, okay. Just pop that back on. Wow. I guess that's the downside of having removable parts. There we go. Alright, arm goes out that far. There's a swivel at the bicep, double jointed elbow, and I think oh no, it's just a peg. This is just a peg for here. I thought the elbow pad was connected with a hinge joint, but it's not. Let's see, swivel at the wrist, connected with the ball joint, so it goes all around, and there's a little hinge at this hand guard, I would say. Same goes for the other hand. Oh, same goes for the other arm, sorry. This one. And going onto the figure's waist, arch goes about back that far, which isn't much. I prefer a little more, but it's fine. His crunch goes about that far. There's a swivel at the midsection. No swivel at the waist, but there is a ball joint there. It's more of a hinge. Leg spread is pretty good spread. I think there is a hinge at the hinge at the thigh. Swivel at the thigh, I'd say. Swivel at the thigh. Double jointed knee, which actually is pretty good range. Leg goes down that far, goes up that far. There's a little hinge right here at the back part, so it allows us to have better leg range. Pretty good. Anyways, pretty good, really good ankle pivot, I'd say, and a pretty good toe bend. Now, when it comes to this figure's overall posing, accessories, and look, I say the detail is great. I forgot to mention that the arc reactor is clear, which makes it look beautiful. Hold on, I'm just gonna fix that. And overall, I'd say this is a pretty good figure. I rated it a 9 out of 10. It's certainly better than any Marvel Legends figure, since it is an s.h.Figuarts. But, that's pretty much it for the figure review. But now, let's get on to size comparisons. Here he is next to my last review, the Figure by Standard Mastered Ultra Instinct Goku. Here he is next to the Figma Doomslayer. And here he is next to the Marvel Legends Iron Man Mark 7, which, cool, little backtracking Mark 6 next to Mark 7, size-wise it isn't all that accurate. And here he is next to Lightning McQueen. And honestly, overall this figure is pretty good. Its painting and sculpting is beautiful. Its detail is beautiful. I don't like how the feet are metal because, it's paint's kind of chipping, but, that's not much of a big problem. Loving the detailing and design. Overall, this figure is a great figure with its posing possibilities. But overall, like I've said, this figure is amazing. Would definitely recommend for you to get if you want your own Iron Man Mark 6 and you can't find a more, detailed version. If it's detail you're looking for, I recommend the ZD Toys, maybe, But if you're looking for a smaller figure on the smaller side, then just get this one. But that was all the time I had for today. Ladies and gentlemen, look good, stay safe, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.